Hello everyone, got 5 dirty jokes for you today. So a henpecked husband was advised by a psychiatrist to assert himself. You don't have to let your wife bully you, he said. Go home and show her you're the boss. The husband decided to take the doctor's advice. He went home, slammed the door, saw his wife and growled, "From now on you're taking orders from me. I want my supper right now, and after you get it on the table, go upstairs and lay out my clothes. Tonight I'm going out with the boys. You are going to stay at home where you belong. And another thing, you know who is going to tie my tie for me?" "I certainly do," said his wife calmly. "The Undertaker." So an Englishman, a Frenchman, a nun, and a young woman are sitting in a train compartment. The train drives into a tunnel. The lights in the compartment have gone out. It is pitch black. Suddenly a loud smack is heard, and when the train is back out of the tunnel, the Frenchman is in pain, holding his red cheek. The nun thinks he must have groped the young woman and she slapped him very good. The young woman thinks, "Haha. He must have tried to grope me, but in the dark touched the nun and she smacked him very good." The Frenchman thinks, "What a crap. The Englishman must have tried to grope the young woman. She thought it was me and smacked me." The Englishman thinks, "Haha, in the next tunnel, I'll hit him again." So 2 friends who grew old together made a deal that whoever died first would come back and inform the other how life after death was. Their biggest fear was that there was no afterlife at all. After a long life, Dan was the first to die. Benny mourned him and waited for him to come and visit. True to his word, 2 months later, as Benny was sleeping, the voice of Dan appeared in his head. "Benny, Benny. My gosh. Is that you, Dan?" "Yes, I've come back like we agreed." "That's wonderful. What's it like?" "Well, I get up in the morning, I have intercourse. I have breakfast and then it's off to the golf course. I have intercourse again, bathe in the warm sun and then have intercourse a couple more times. Then I have lunch, keeping healthy. Lots of greens. Another romp around the golf course, then pretty much have intercourse the rest of the afternoon. After supper, it's back to the golf course again. Then it's more intercourse until late at night. I catch some much-needed sleep, and then the next day it starts all over again." "Wow, Dan. Heaven sounds amazing." "What heaven?" "I'm a rabbit somewhere in Arizona." So on a hot afternoon, Scrooge the miser and his grandson, Tim, were walking home from a party. Tim complains, "Gramps, it's still a long way back to our house. It's hot and I'm tired. Look, there's a bus stop here. Can we please take the bus home?" Scrooge is aghast. "It'll cost us $6 to get home from here. What a waste of money. We'll walk it." Tim sighs, but he's a good kid and doesn't fuss about it. They barely walk a few feet when Scrooge sees a passing taxi and hails it. "How much would you charge to take us home to Springfield Avenue?" Scrooge asks the cab driver. "Springfield Avenue. Around $20, says the driver. "Oof, that's too much. We won't be requiring your services, thank you." The cab drives off. Tim turns to his grandfather, exasperated. "Did you really think that taxi to Springfield Avenue would cost less than a bus ride?" he asks incredulously. "Don't be ridiculous, of course not." Scrooge scoffs. "Then why did you bother flagging down the taxi, Gramps?" "Foolish boy. We would have saved $6 by not taking the bus, Now we're saving $20 by not taking the taxi. So a police officer in a small town stopped a motorist who was speeding down Main Street. "But officer," the man began, "I can explain." "Just be quiet," snapped the officer. "I'm going to let you cool your heels in jail until the chief gets back." "But officer, I just wanted to say." "And I said to keep quiet. You're going to jail." A few hours later, the officer looked in on his prisoner. The guy looked really down, so to cheer him up a bit he said, "Lucky for you that the chief is at his daughter's wedding. He'll be in a good mood when he gets back." "Don't count on it," came the gloomy answer from the cell. "I'm the groom."